Hey, what's up, y'all? Let's get into the Housewives of New York City, season 15, episode 9. So I didn't tell y'all what went on last recap was Uber's picnic, where they was telling people about the rumor that went on about Raquel and Aaron pranked on the ladies, and that Brent was in on it at some point. So Brent was in on it at some point, which was a shocker. And was a shocker. Come to find out that Sai ended up hitting up she either hit up Aaron about it after they found out about the stuff. And now she denies that Brent was even a part of it. Only person she said only person knew was Raquel. So everybody's confused and stuff like that. That was what happened then. So we still at the picnic, y'all. So in this episode 9. And so there, Rebecca said, Raquel invited everybody to her engagement party. On top of that, we ended up finding out that Jenna is, her son getting ready to go off to college this, the summer. This will be the last time he'll be here at home before he leaves. Then Uber ended up telling the ladies that she just found out that she has a fibroid close to her uterus, and she going to see different doctors to see what can be done, because she do want to have kids. So she hoping that it doesn't affect her having kids, hopefully. So after that, they ended up playing a game where it was some game where Jessel ended up saying how she ended up marrying her husband. She said that her visa was getting ready to expire. They was already dating, and she knew they were gonna get married, but she called them up and told them my visa expired, so let's do this. And so they ended up getting married, and then ended up having the official wedding months later or something like that. So yeah. That's how she told that story. We move on from there. This is when at the picnic they tried to get Rebecca tried to explain Scientology to the group of ladies, because they just wanted to know, plain and simple, what is, without believing the documentary and all these different things they have heard and what read about. They asking somebody who actually grew up in it. And she actually didn't give a real, she gave the same answer that they would, like any religion gives. Nothing. It was nothing. It was the plain saying, oh, bull crap. It was like, girl, okay, alrighty. Somebody asked about, have you met Tom Cruise? And whatever. I said, she ain't never met that man. But I said, okay. But moving on. After that, this is when Raquel ended up calling Aaron out about the rumor and said, girl, so why didn't you tell me when, we had that, we hung out and whatever. You told me that, why didn't you tell me that Brent knew about the whole thing? And that when Brent did what she did, it was just another add-on. She ain't, what are you talking about? Brent didn't know nothing. She ain't know nothing at all. She said, girls, I just want to know why you didn't say anything. Because Raquel was mad as hell. Because Raquel said, why would you lie? Like, you ended up meeting up with Aaron. Aaron, you met up with Brent after. So why didn't you met up with Brent and had that conversation before we had our date night, and you telling me and my girl what's going on, but then you leave that part out. So it makes me look at Brent in a certain way, like I can't trust her with anything. So Aaron and Brent started going there because Brent said, hold up. Brent said, because she ain't know, we never talked about that. Even when we met her, she went, yes, we did. She said, we met her for drinks. She went, I asked you, was this a joke or this rumor a joke or playing around? She said, yeah. And she went, it's a joke. It's a prank and whatever. So during you already knew that I was going to ice it up. So I don't recall that. I don't recall any of that. Excuse me. She don't recall any of that and all that good stuff. Three. She don't recall any of that going down. And so I'm like, girl, you a liar. You just a bull-faced liar. You sitting here lying. And then all of a sudden during the middle of their conversation, she ended up all of a sudden remembered that when they met up for drinks, yeah, they were talking and whatever. I'm saying, girl, you is the bull-faced liar. So she didn't, because everybody at the table trying to figure out what's going on. And they were barring her. And so she said, shut the F up. And Raquel said, who this talking to? I said, girl, you about to get beat up at the table, girl. Because you can't keep up with your lies. Like, so she ended up apologizing to Brent because she said, I'm sorry if this prank turned out to make you look like you a bad person. It wasn't meant to do that to you. And Raquel, I just don't know what's your problem. I said, bitch, this heifer is crazy. This is one crazy heifer. Down to the core. I said, ho. So, after that, we move on from, at that end, Raquel is pissed. Raquel was pissed as hell over the shit at that point. She just don't like to be lied to. That was her thing. The thing was, why would you lie and not tell the whole entire thing? Because you knew you knew Brent was in on it at some point. Because you told her the truth. Like you told me. This was a prank. So, after that, we move on to Aaron. So after that, Aaron and Jenna ended up meeting up for lunch because Jenna been becoming more of a good friend, and Aaron and I said, girl, you doing too much for a hoe that ain't even your girl. She don't even like you, Jenna Lyons. But Jenna trying to be a supportive friend and everything. So they ended up talking about Aaron. Aaron's dad is dealing with some health problems. So she's concerned about that and all that stuff. It makes her feel sad and everything with all the other things that's going on in her life. And also, she ended up telling Jenna that she's gonna do a interview for Glamour magazine about abortions because she had one when she was 18, and it was a very traumatic thing that happened. So this girl was out here being a whole thought. But if we remember, y'all, when she told her husband when he was acting up and he spent their money, Bitcoin money, she said, I ain't never had to pay for anything from a man. I said, girl, please, you was 18, girl, just off in college, girl, and you come to find out you're pregnant, hoe. You was a thought, a big one at that one. Knowing you ain't paying, you was giving it up. I'm just messing with that heifer. So she ended up telling her little story, and then Jenna told about hers when she moved to New York City when she was 21. She had just got a job, and she had to go ahead and do an abortion at that time because she didn't have the money. She had just started working. She had just moved to New York, and it's a lot. And I said, it is a lot. Like having a child at any point in life, if you're not financially in a good place, not have a roof over your head or everything is in order, it's going to be hard to have a child. Period. But that's went on there. So we move on from them. We move on to so we move on to Jenna. So Jenna is with. Then we move on. So we seen Jenna with her son, spending time with him, and I want to say one of his friends. The son was cook. They was cooking and whatever, and she asked the son like, "Is you gonna miss me when you leave?" And he said yes. He said yes. I will. She ain't do. You got a smile? Can you actually say it again without smiling? He can't wait to get away with his mama and stuff. Um. Moving on from there, we move on to Uber. So Uber ended up going to the doctor, and they to talk about what was going on, because she asked questions about the fibroids, and she said because she want to have kids, and the doctor told her, she asked about is there medicine. The doctor said there's medicine to shrink the fibroids, make it smaller, but you may have to you're gonna end up having to have surgery, because we will actually have to look at your results and stuff and see exactly where it's at and go from there. So yeah, and she said it can take about she said 6 weeks or 6 months. It takes 6 months to heal and stuff. So it's like I said, yeah, girl, you need because she asked because she with the medication. He said the doctor, she told her, she said you will not be able to even try to have a child, because with the medication and the thyroid medication and you trying to have a child, it won't work. You'll never have a kid while you're on that medicine. So they're gonna see what's gonna go on, and I think that she's gonna have to end up just getting it removed. Hopefully, it's not as close to her uterus that they can just get it out and it'll be done. She heals and she can go on ahead and go ahead and make that baby with that man she wants. So we move on from her. We move on to Erin ended up going to Glamour's um magazine to sit down and do the interview. And she did the interview. It was nice, talked about it or whatever. Moving on from there. We got Raquel and Jenna. So Raquel and Jenna went to a museum to, just check it out. And it was Raquel. Raquel said, "Oh, because Jenna liked the piece that was on the wall," and she said, "Girl, it's like that's 70K." She went, "Oh, girl, that's a reasonable price, girl." Jenna said, "For who?" I said, "Bitch," but I said, "You got Raquel is that's what she does to her. That's chump change. That's like $1 for a piece." So they ended up chit chatting about the whole rumor stuff and everything, and asked her how she talks to Aaron and stuff like that. They ended up talking about Brent a lot through this, cause Raquel haven't talked to Aaron or Brent because of the rumor prank thing, because it makes she looking at Brent a certain way that she can't trust Brent when it comes to anything secretive. But I said if you tell Brent something secretive, she's not gonna say it. I said the one that you need to be worried about is Sai, because Sai will tell your shit. That's it. That's the one you need to be focused about, Raquel. Cause that's the whole that you can't trust. Brent not gonna tell something that if it was told, you tell her it's a secret. Please don't tell nothing. Then she won't say it. So they keep saying that she's embellibles. I don't think that's the right word. She make things more bigger than what they are, and I said that's not true. I said it's really not true. I said she doesn't make anything bigger than what it is. If she's joking about something that she knows that you just don't like or whatever, yeah, she gonna make it bigger than what it is. But if it's something true, she's not gonna do that. But Jenna then got her mindset on. She has a certain how she feel about Brent. I said, but you need to be worried about Aaron. You need to be worried about Aaron and Sai. Because them two right there are the biggest liars. They are. But it's crazy. So we move on past that. We move on to Uber side. Okay, hold up. So we move on to Uber side, and I'm talking about Aaron because, and I'm talking about Aaron telling that talk about Aaron called. Hold up. So Uber and Aaron ended up meeting up, and come to find out at the picnic, Aaron got mad at Uber because Uber said, uh, Uber said Aaron be gaslighting, and Aaron got pissed off, and Aaron been in her feelings because she don't like that Uber, Side, and Brent are getting along. That ain't working for her, and she ain't liking the way Uber is moving because she thinking Uber trying to come at her now because she said she be gaslighting. I said that bitch crazy as hell. Side went like shit. Side said I can't trust her. I can't trust. I said I never tell her anything. I said, well, you can't tell yourself anything either, because it ain't gonna work either, girl. So moving on from them, uh, we move on to okay. So Erin ended up meeting up with her dad and stuff. They end up meeting up and having a little lunch. And she ended up telling her, she started putting on the tear work and everything. I got something to tell you. You know, I never told you this. She ended up telling her dad about the abortion she had. Her dad gave her he supported her and said, life, you make mistakes and stuff like that. And come to find out, that was the end of the episode. Her dad, after they filmed that, 4 months later, he ended up passing away. My condolences to Erin and her family. Your dad would be truly missed. But that's all that happened, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll get back at y'all later. Bye, y'all.